Whether you're a teacher or a facilitator or a coach or a parent, whatever your role is with young people, it's like how much are you meant to help, how much are you meant to let go, how much are you meant to allow for struggle and mistakes, and then when is the right time to loop in and provide support?
It's taking the best of the protector and the best of the enforcer and putting it together. So the mentor mindset really considers young people as being super capable, understands that they're developing, that they do need support and high standards. So the mentor mindset is high standards and high support. It's walking alongside them, it's walking with them, it's not doing it for them.
If anyone puts themselves or mentors me from any of them parts from it, the likelihood of them becoming a mentor for a long time isn't around. It's like every single other mentor who is in my life because they've entered the mentor mindset.
Podclass acknowledges the traditional and true custodians of the land we meet on here today, the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. We're grateful to be here.
So no one told you teaching was gonna be this way. Your lesson plans are jokes, your patience broke, you're feeling in disarray. It's like you're always stuck in report writing, when it hasn't been your day, your week, your month, or even your school year. But I'll be here for you.
When the students start to riot,
I'll be here for you.
even if your coffee's gone cold,
I'll be here for you, 'cause you're there for them too.
Hello and welcome back to Podclass. As always, you are joined by me and my friends. Hello, I'm Amanda.
Hi, friend Amanda. I'm Skye.
bold of you to assume we're friends. Hi, I'm Will.
Okay, here we go. This one is the one about the mentor mindset, and I'm very excited about this, Will, because Skye Hughes has actually been doing a lot of learning about the mentor.
Hyperfocus is in.
Tell me you have ADHD without telling me. No.
Skye's been doing a lot of learning about the mentor mindset, and we were chatting about it just earlier today, and I'm very excited to unpack it with everyone here.
There's a bit of a dilemma you want to take us through, isn't
It is.
there?
So I guess that's like the best place to start, right? Is that if you are someone who supports young people, we would consider ourselves perhaps mentors for that young person. Yeah. And I guess the mentor dilemma that is often faced is that we really struggle to find that balance between really wanting to support the young person and hold them to a higher level of standard or expectations, but also not wanting to do everything for them, not wanting to do too little. And it's really trying to find that balance between both.
And finding that balance, I think, can feel like the impossible task. Whether you're a teacher or a facilitator or a coach or a parent, whatever
or just a leader,
yeah,
I think as well.
Whatever your role is with young people, it's like how much are you meant to help, how much are you meant to let go, how much are you meant to allow for struggle and mistakes, and then when is the right time to loop in and provide support and guidance? Oh my goodness, it's overwhelming.
All of these things. And this is something that I have really been diving into recently. I've been reading this awesome book. It's called 10 to 25 by Dr. David Yeager.
Use code SKY20 on checkout.
Yeah. Honestly, I've been
real,
talking
don't
about
worry.
it so much. I should really be getting a kickback from it. But really what he unpacks is that there's really three different mindsets that we can adopt when we're supporting young people. So before we go into the mentor mindset, I'd really like to talk through what the other two are, because I know when I was reading through this research and these examples, I resonated with, depending on who the young person was that I have supported at different times in my role as an educator.
And probably the circumstance, right?
And the circumstance, I've definitely lent into these two mindsets, and they're certainly not ones that now I know it's not the ideal one. Obviously, the mentor mindset is where we want to sit in, but I think it's really easy for us to fall into these other categories or to have this perception that they're the ones that we should be adopting with young people. So the first one is that of the enforcer mindset.
And I feel like maybe as we move...
My amygdala is already firing.
I feel like maybe as
previous episode on the amygdala.
Maybe as we move through these different mindsets, let's also just, as we listen, get curious, not judgmental, but curious. There will have absolutely been times in our lives when we have embodied these mindsets, but also
when people have embodied it with us.
I guarantee there's going to be people, it's going to be like, oh my gosh, this person, they were that with me, or I watched them do this.
I won't tell you which is which, but one is my mum and one is my dad. So I was like, when I read it, I was like, oh, this checks out. This is my childhood.
So the enforcer model, Skye.
So the enforcer,
as you might suspect from the name and the connotation with the phrase enforcer, the enforcer is someone who's really strict. And if we imagine it, it is actually someone who has really high standards, really high expectations of someone, but
that probably come from love.
Absolutely, and come from wanting the best for that young person. I'm sure, Mum. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. But really comes from a place of, yes, of course, wanting to support that young person, but often having low support. So high expectations and high standards, but low to little support in order to actually achieve them.
Is
right?
it like a do as I say, and then when they don't, they're frustrated?
Yeah, and it's this expectation. It's right. Like I'm the maths teacher of the class. My job is to teach the maths. If you don't get it, that's your problem. I've taught you everything. These are the expectations. Come on, you can do it. Get the textbook answer correct.
So
Or it's no support in terms of how to get
Or
there.
it's like the young person rocks up to school, they're clearly not themselves, their uniform is not quite right, or they're missing an element of their uniform. And instead of reading the situation and reading the state of the young person, it's all about, excuse me, you are not welcome in these school gates without your socks pulled up and without your correct tie. Please go to the office right now. And it's like completely missing the point that this is a young person who normally rocks up every day with their socks pulled up and
you're
the right
holding
tie.
the high expectations and you're holding that high
Which is a strength, right?
standard, which is a strength in and of
They
its
have to
own.
exist.
But
and
there's
also,
no support there, right?
There's also some risks from stepping into this model,
Well,
right?
and I'm like, where is the autonomy for the young person? Like, does the state of the enforcer mindset nurture autonomy in any way?
It's fascinating. So that's the enforcer, right? And like you said, Amanda, we can all probably picture someone in our world who would really adopt this mindset. The next one to look at is that of the protector. And as you may have guessed, it is the opposite of the enforcer. So the protector is someone who has super high levels of support. They're like incredibly supportive. They want to nurture and look after that young person as much as they can. They want to protect them. They don't want them to struggle. All
Amanda's
of that
favourite
stuff.
lawnmower parents.
It literally, these are our protectors, right? But they have very low expectations and low standards for what young people are capable
so
of or what they
triggered over
expect.
here.
Are these
of
the
them.
individuals who, if a young person is struggling with something, rather than maybe giving a guiding prompt or giving a nudge or asking a question, that'll be like, oh, let me fix it for you.
Exactly
Let
right.
me do it for you.
They'll jump in. So what it's doing is it's fostering dependency and it's reducing resilience.
And young people are no longer able to build confidence, nor do they feel trusted because they don't have any responsibility in their life.
So many things. Exactly that.
So where the enforcer doesn't build resilience and fosters dependence, I think
the protector.
The protector, where the protector does those things, I think the enforcer would almost like, you'd be repelled by the individual, right? You would want to rebel against, you would want to avoid the situation. But by the same token, I also don't think it's building resilience effectively.
No, and if we look at our core psychological needs, right, of young people that we know have to be met, if we look at autonomy, competence and relatedness, and we look at the enforcer and we look at the protector, there are elements of each of those psychological needs missing in each of those mindsets. Right?
And to the extreme of some of them as
and
well.
to the extreme, exactly right. So, if we've got the enforcer, there's full levels of probably autonomy, choice for a young person to engage. There's the potential for high levels of competence, but there is zero relatedness. That level of support, connection, whatever it might be with that young person.
And also the optimal challenge is
missing.
just like, you have to do this and you have absolutely zero support to be able to do it.
Right, exactly.
Compared to the protector, which is like, it's too easy. Let me fix it for you.
Yeah, but the protector, huge amounts of relatedness, right? There's that sense of belonging, connection to the young person. I'm here with you. But again, very little competence. I'll do it for you. Don't worry about it, darling. And very little levels often of autonomy and choice because again, they're doing it for the young people.
I've got a picture in my mind of these two mindsets playing out in an image, and it's like a young person walking along, and where the protector, we've spoken about lawnmower parents before, where the protector is kind of maybe walking ahead of the young person and clearing the path and making sure there's no challenges and there's no struggle and there's no risks and everything's perfect and walk this way. The enforcer is maybe walking behind the young person, being like, straight line, one foot in front of the other, let's go, no deviations. And it's kind of like this punitive model versus like almost like a babying model.
And it's kind of like that, right? If you see the enforcer's like your drill sergeant and your protector is like your Ted Lasso in season 1. Like it's
I
that
don't understand
kind
the
of
reference,
vibe.
I think.
Yeah, that's right.
If you are looking to support the young people in your school or your community to develop their public speaking skills, Youth Engagement Project facilitates public speaking workshops for young people. We follow our 4C public speaking framework, where we explore courage, communication, clarity, and connection, the skills and tools aligned with all 4 of those C's that are essential for effective public speaking skills and communication in general. Give us a call or send us a message.
What is the mentor mindset? It's taking the best of the protector and the best of the enforcer and putting it together. So the mentor mindset really considers young people as being super capable, understands that they're developing, that they do need support, and high standards. So the mentor mindset is high standards and high support. So it offers both to the young person. It's walking alongside them, it's walking with them, it's not doing it for them, but it's also not holding them to unrealistic expectations without the support being in place. And I'm sure that you can probably think of someone in your lives that has maybe had this mentor mindset even in their approach to you. Does anyone come to mind for you, Will or Amanda? Will's just gone, blank, no mentors in my life.
I get really because if either of them don't sit into the mentor mindset, you could probably say that I get a little bit frustrated by it as well.
Yes.
Well, and I also think
that's because you hate control, right?
Yeah, I hate control so much that if anyone puts themselves or mentors me from any of them parts from it, the likelihood of them becoming a mentor for a long time isn't around. It's like every single other mentor who is in my life is in my life because they've entered the mentor mindset, right?
Yeah.
I think for me, people come to mind, and definitely I have plenty of people that have flitted into the mentor mindset, into a combination of each. However, I've had so many experiences of both the enforcer and the protector model that I think actually it has fueled my hunger to want to provide effective mentorship with the mentor mindset. And that's like what I work so hard to find that balance. And I've not had the language in this model to describe it before, but this is what I work so hard to sit in to support other people.
And I think you do this exceptionally, because what the mentor mindset does is it sees people as being capable. It doesn't see them as passive agents. And I think that's one of your strengths as a leader and as a mentor, is that you do that not only within our business and the people that we support in what we do, you do that with the young people that we also work with, seeing them as capable individuals. It's not saying I'll do it for you. It's saying, hey, I'm here if you need support. It's not saying I'm going to clear every obstacle out of the way. It's like, hey, there's going to be struggle, but we're going to get through it.
So then maybe if the enforcer is walking behind the young person and the protector is walking in front, is the ultimate place to be the mentor mindset walking beside the young person.
Yeah, I think
saying you navigate your own path, you make your own decisions. If you need support, I'm here. I know this bit is challenging. I know you're having a struggle. I know you're facing some uncertainty right now. It's all good. I walked through it and you can too. And it's that kind of.
And it is. And it's moving out of the controlling mindset. It's moving out of the need to rescue mindset. It's saying, hey, instead of coming from a place of authority, I want to come to you with a place of partnership.
But then there's also the element where you're going to see young people take more risks as well.
Yeah.
They're going to be more daring because they feel supported and like they can do that without falling forward or without falling behind as well, right?
I also think if I go back, and I keep coming back to this picture that I'm having, but if I think about this path, the enforcer behind and the protector in front, there's also this assumption that the young person must be following that path. Like the protector is clearing the path. Like, I've cleared this path and made this perfect. This is the way you walk and this is the way you come to keep you safe. And the enforcer is like, you go this way. This is the way. This is the right way. This is correct. This is accurate. And I think that the space for autonomy and volition in that is reduced compared to a mentor mindset that says, you have the skills to forge your path. You have the skills to pave that and build that and navigate the challenges. And if there's something you need, like, I'm here for you. Let's have a conversation. Let's get a resource.
And I probably want to be really clear as well, like stepping into mental mindset still means that you have very high expectations of young people while simultaneously you have very high support as well.
So if we take, for example, Amanda, if we take your example from before where a student has arrived at school and you can tell that they've had a rough morning or whatever it is, the enforcer mindset is going to go straight away, maybe disregard all of those things about the young person in terms of their emotional well-being and be like, you should have the correct socks on or socks pulled up or whatever it is, and you need to be in correct uniform, and off to class you go, and maintaining that high standard, completely disregarding a young person's well-being. The protector, on the other hand, is like, oh my God, you poor thing, come into my office, tell me everything, The mentor mindset has to navigate that line in the middle, right? So it might be, hey, something looks like it's up with you. Do you want to have a quick check-in? Because I want to make sure everything's okay. We're picking our moments by having that check-in. And then once you've checked they're all right, as they're going off to class, they're like, oh, hey, Amanda, by the way, don't forget to pull your socks up. Remember, that's part of the uniform.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm maintaining my high standards and whatever it is, but I'm also ensuring that high support and that person's well-being is still the priority.
And I think so within that mentor mindset and within walking that middle ground, there's a little bit of scalability there as well. And you can lean into one and then lean into the other, but it's still in that middle ground where it's not entirely one element and it's not entirely the other element. You're finding that balance.
And it's a new stance, right? So it's not the enforcer, it's not the protector, it's something entirely different. So let's forge this mentor mindset moving forward. Imagine if our entire education system was full of teachers that adopted the mentor mindset and were able to put aside this need to enforce and control and put aside this need to, rescue like the protector does. And they're just there to say, hey, I'm here in partnership with you.
But not only our schools, but also our workplaces.
Fine, just society in general.
Our workplaces, everyone who works with young people, right? It's just like there are so many cases where even within like a team, it's so relevant, right?
And I think when we think about holding high expectations, also being there to offer support where needed, it's the perfect combination for building relational trust, which is the currency of connection when it comes to working with young people, right? It's the currency of, it's also the currency of effective learning and enhancing memory and retention of information and real world application. Like diving into that, there's the psychological safety that's involved in that exploration enhances learning. And so building that relational trust through holding those, it's not like, we're not a pushover. It's not saying, oh, do what you want when you want. It's like, there's still boundaries, there's still expectations. It's about how we go about it and allowing for the human in that as well.
And if you have the, I guess, self-awareness to be like, oh, I typically sit into enforcer, just know that things in development takes slower than normal and possibly what you expect. And if you're in the supporter role, know that change can happen faster than you think as well. And that like when one thing doesn't go right, that's not the job to step in and take over, nor is it the job to step in and cuddle as well.
And I think
resist that urge to go bounce back to what is more comfortable.
Yes. And that letting go of control is a big one when it comes to the enforcer. And I think we have to have a willingness for things to play out maybe slightly different to how we had planned them. And that has to be okay. Whereas when we're sitting in enforcer, it plays out how we want it to, exactly how we planned.
So I guess if you're listening, challenge to have a go at adopting this mentor mindset. It's viewing young people as being capable of growth, as developing alongside them. And I suppose I would consider the biggest mindset shift to step into that mentor mindset is to see our job as being kind of like you're the gardeners, right? You are nurturing and helping to create those conditions for the growth of that young person. And you're doing that with them. You're not doing it for them.
Not mowing them lawns.
And on that note, this is Podclass.
We are
mow those lawns, people. No, I'm just kidding.
Water them lawns.
Oh, sorry, water them.
We are Podclass.
Nurture those growth environments. We'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
I'll be here for you, 'cause you're there for them too.
Thanks so much for tuning into Podclass. If you've enjoyed this episode, we would adore it if you could go on to Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you listen to your podcasts and leave us a review. 5 stars would be lovely. We would love to get this podcast into as many ears as possible so we can help and support as many people as possible who help young people. And if you're not already doing so, please go along to Instagram and follow us at podclass.aus.